So this will give organizations the ability to train and develop and help get the individuals that today are doing this work to get them to the state of tomorrow. When you look at it from the other side, right, from the employer or whoever is managing these individuals, I mean, having that flexibility is absolutely key because you have talent that you've assessed, you've vetted, you know exactly what they're great for, when they're available, and how they're available. You know that this is by will, this is by their choice, and at the same time, you know exactly what the need and demand is on the other side. So, do you have seasonality values? Do you have your steady state? Which languages? What does that look like? Do you have translation services or do you not? So the level of talent can sharpen and be not at the top, but if not the primary focus, being the talent of each and every individual that represents a brand, instead of the other way around, a seat that you need to fill to meet the demand, right? So when you look at this the other way around, at the end of the day, the future state is to have the top level, the best level of talent available to handle the interactions that we will have tomorrow. Because as we move forward, these interactions will be of the highest level. They will require higher level of talent than we have today. So this will give organizations the ability to train and develop and help get the individuals that today are doing this work to get them to the state of tomorrow and help them reduce their attrition, increase their tenure, and at the end of the day, improve the level of quality that is being given, not just to the brand that they're representing, but also to the consumers of the world. And that's what we need to focus on most is, you know, the people augmented by technology, obviously. The level of the talent, it will need to be of the highest mark going forward. AI is moving at a very fast pace. It's also a trend. It's a buzz. It's a buzzword. At the end of the day, though, what is AI and to which level each enterprise can leverage the technology that's out there? Technology is popping up like mushrooms. I have AI companies reaching out to me every single day, and I can't begin to tell you what scope they do or they don't cover. So we actually go through a very thorough assessment when it comes to technology as well to ensure that number one, they're compliant. Number two, they're able to deliver the outcomes that the enterprises of the world are actually looking for. But it's moving at such a fast pace. At the end of the day, moving forward, helping implement that technology. I mean, how you adopt that technology into your organization today is one very important factor that many organizations are lagging. They're not ready. They want to be ready, but how ready are you in order to adopt the technology and most importantly, leverage it to bring the outcomes that are better than what you're getting today, right? And that's where it's mapping out and knowing how your data looks like from a governance perspective, from an AI perspective. How ready are you as a business to help implement that technology that can eventually get you to a better state than you are today needs to be a high focus. AI is not going to pause. It's not going to hold for anyone. So focusing on people element and how ready your people are to work with that technology, how much of that technology you have adopted or executed within your organization today. And this I'm referring to the BPOs in the space as well. How much of walking the talk is there? What does that look like within each and every organization? That is going to be top of mind for everyone. I mean, if you're selling technology, if you're implementing technology for one of your clients, then you best be implementing that internally, right? So what does that look like? And then when you look at it from a talent perspective, how ready is your talent? How future ready are the individuals that work for your organization and are able to adopt that technology, leverage it so that you see the cost efficiencies for your clients around the world, but most importantly, you're also seeing the quality, the level of the outcomes, right? So, you need to find that healthy balance between quality and cost. And that's not available everywhere, but it's going to be the future. There needs to be that balance and leveraging the technology to augment with humans as you move forward. But the top level of humans is going to be very spot on. It's going to be the top focus point. And we see it every day when we look at ChatGPT today. Where were we a year ago? Where were we 6 months ago? Even 2 months ago, if you think about it. It's driving full force into the future. And the humans that are here to support, and when you look at the empathy and the overall experience, you need to be able to leverage that technology, yes. But this level of passion and communication, and you can't get it from technology today. Now, maybe tomorrow we will be able to. We don't know that yet. But in today's state, having the best level of talent, the knowledge of the technology to help leverage and augment those communications while you're supporting customers from around the world, that is what is going to make a difference. We see translation services out there. There are so many different tools that are supporting. You can maybe be talking to somebody in Japanese, and then it's translating in far end in English or any language under the sun. Absolutely. That's going to be happening in our day-to-day lives anyways. I mean, imagine we're sitting in the US today and we may be sitting in, in another country in Germany tomorrow. How quick is that going to be translating in our day-to-day communications? It's happening. Now, whether we choose to adopt it today and see how we can improve our processes is a choice that any business needs to make, but it's heading in that direction. So helping develop your talent so that you're able to augment with, the right level of talent and the right level of technology for each individual business, because it is not a one size fits all. That's absolutely key. So finding that right balance is very, very important, if not the most important. So how AI ready are you as an organization? What does your data governance look like? And then what are you doing to help from a talent perspective, learning development perspective? What are you doing to get your talents to a ready state to adopt that technology? Technology is going to be a new language. AI is going to be the language of the future. So how ready are you? That's the question.